Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. John Kelly, Profiler here. Welcome. Our focus today on Killer News Again is the Golden State Killer. And we're focused today on what went into this monster. What created this monster? What was the major ingredient or ingredients that created one of the United States' worst serial killers and worst serial rapists? What were involved in his evolution? We have two things, and it's been the age-old question, and since I got into the field and before I got into the field, was it nurture or was it nature? And those are questions that have been going around forever. You know, when we look at the evolution of this serial killer, I can tell you it definitely had something to do with the nurturing. Because with every serial killer I've interviewed, they have had a hellish childhood that has been surrounded by childhood abuse. There's been emotional abuse, there's been physical abuse, there's been sexual abuse, there's been criticizing, demeaning language, there's been all types of shame and humiliation dripped down on them. So their childhood has been hellish. In fact, I have a saying that I made up a long time ago. Not everybody that becomes abused or gets abused in childhood will become a murderer or a serial killer. Millions of people get abused. They don't become murderers or serial killers. However, every serial killer I've interviewed has been abused in childhood. So there you have it. Now the question is, how much of a role does nature play in it? How much of a genetic component is involved here? And we have to focus on this because we see the psychopathy, the making of a psychopath, right in front of our very eyes. So how much of this is genetic? Because the bottom line is their brains are different than ours. They're wired differently than ours. They feel absolutely, positively no remorse or empathy, concern, or care for another human being. They really don't. They feel no remorse. They've told me. And they'll make statements to me like, us or you, or us or them. What they're referring to is them and the human race. They feel they're different. They feel they are aliens that walk among us that can wear the mask of sanity. And through this mask of sanity, they're able to manipulate us and charm us. And that's exactly what they do when they're focused on a victim. They're focusing on charming and manipulating that victim and getting that victim into their control zone where they can have complete power and control over them and do whatever they want to them. And that all has to do with sexual violence. It all has to do with power, and it all has to do with control. They are the aliens that walk among us wearing the mask of sanity. Please stay tuned. More will be revealed.